Alright, Papa Pepper here, guys, and as you know, on my property there's a certain amount of kind of deforestation, reforestation, sculpting the landscape, getting rid of some of the existing things to grow things that are not existing. Now actually, interesting thing, the area I'm standing, if you look through it, it's all about a bunch of, plants up to about 10-12 feet high behind me. That's how it was 2 years ago. But I came in and cut down a lot of the trees that were here and ran some goats and some hogs through the area to take it where I could just kind of reclaim it and turn it into a thriving, environment, but a sculpted one. One that's producing food for my family, one that's got established walkways, one that has soil that's actually getting built up and enriched and worked on and developed so that it's something that can be used to sustain my family in the long term. Now, when I send things like those sheep behind me or these goats through an area, if you keep them enclosed enough, they will eliminate a lot of stuff and allow you just to walk through on pretty much a bare earth and clean up the rest. Now, that is my goal here. That's my intention here. If I was keeping these animals in something that they were going to always live in, I would want it to be established at a level where no matter how much they ate, it would always be growing, and there would be kind of an equilibrium, potentially even in times of drought and or like heavy rain. Now at the moment, I've got a bit that I still have to clean up in here, but across here is the garden site. This is kind of the established garden. Here's this middle ground that I'm still working on, and then here's the area that they're keeping knocked down for me. Now, until I actually pick up enough mulch to be able to suppress this, as soon as you remove all this stuff, if I took the animals out of here, this would grow up again incredibly at a rapid rate based on just the plants that are still alive from the roots and all of the seeds and the underbrush type stuff that never really had an opportunity to thrive because it was in such, dense woods where it wasn't getting much light. So that's one thing too with a lot of places where people are harvesting wood, because it is a commodity. It's something that you can do as a business. And what they do is if they clear cut an area, in another 25 years, it grows back. It grows back in a lot of places. It's not a bad idea to add in a fire break. Pretty much take a path out of the entire forest and let that, get down to nothing so there's nothing to burn, and then let it grow up over time so if the woods do get lit on fire, like we see a lot of stuff out west happening, that doesn't just continue and burn up, tens of thousands or thousands of acres. So at the moment, I'm looking at the part I was not able to suppress yet. I don't want to deal with this by hand. If I dump mulch on top of it at this point, it'll just grow back through. But if I have it look like this, and then dump mulch on top of it, there'll be a lot less that grows through. So for me to add a couple T-posts across here, here's where I'm working on my cold hardy kiwi trellis. It's been put on hold for a couple other things. And then back up to that point. But if I drop a couple T-posts, take this fencing and just run it at a different angle, I can open up all this stuff. They can eat this down for me. And then when I'm ready and have the mulch, I'll be able to suppress it, cover it, get the weed seeds, not to sprout up, get it to retain moisture, get the wood chips and stuff to start breaking down and building up the soil, and then be able to add some raised beds and kind of sculpt the landscape there as well. So that's my project, one of my 15 projects today, is just dropping a couple T-posts, opening up this area, and then, do you guys ever catch a bumblebee? Please don't go, guy. Land on the flower. I just want to show them. If you're careful, I'm going to give him 1 second. Oh, you're facing the wrong way, or I'd have you. Can I do it left-handed? Oh. Maybe he's coming back. Okay. If you guys don't know, there's actually a way just to walk up and pick up a bumblebee without getting stung. You can sting yourself, you can sting other people. I'll have to show you that later. Sorry to get distracted. I'm going to get to work here, just dropping these T-posts, reorganize this, and then I'll show you even just kind of over the course of a day or two what these sheep and goats do to this area, and make it a lot easier for me to deal with, because even right now, it's just a home to ticks and chiggers and things like that. We deal with enough of that. We don't need more. All right, time to get to work. Alright, so it only took a couple minutes of my time. I just called in the sheep. Normally if you give them a call, they'll come. So far, Wild is chilling out and checking out. And like I said, this is not an entirely large amount of fresh pasture for them. We actually got some stuff in back that's ready and waiting for them pretty much. I'm just doing things in a way that still lets them work for me. If they were out in the open pasture right now with an unlimited supply of everything, they would have no interest in this. So sheep are starting to come. You can see them behind the hominy working their way up. There goes another one. And Bonita is sitting over there, so she hasn't found her way in yet. But like I said, by tomorrow, another day or two, they should have it pretty well down like this. I got a few more clips to add to secure it. I'm going to move this row of rocks here, just along the border, to help them with it. But we're going to have a bunch of happy animals. They get to do this work. It saves these children from having to weed it all or pull it all, or for me. So we could come out here with some hose. We could fill it all up. We could come up by hand and pull it up and toss it over the fence. But at this point, we can just let them do the work for us. Gotta grab a bucket and run. Here come the other 5 ewes. They're chasing me, guys. They're chasing me. Now they found their way to the food too. So here we go, checking up on it, and this is just the next day, but you can see they did devour that very well, and they're still working on it. So at this point it'd be obviously a lot easier to mulch, but it's still not really down to the level that everything would really be suppressed. They'll finish this up here shortly, and we'll be good to go. And then for now, I'm just going to leave this area open for them, open access, so as things grow, they can continue to nibble on them until I'm ready with my mulch to cover the whole section. So just one more project. Animals can take care for me rather than me taking care of myself. It took me maybe 5 minutes to change the fence, maybe a little longer, but they got to do all that work, and all that work would have been a lot longer than 5 minutes for me. So I like it, they like it, and together we all move forward for a better existence for this homestead. Papa out. As always, I'm Papa Pepper, and I'd like to remind you, don't post for free. If you'd like to be part of a revolution in social media, an economic power to the people where users can actually blog for cryptocurrency, then I'd recommend that you check out steemit.com and join the revolution. Papa out.